Hey guys, I'm Janet on occasion, and today we're playing the Total War Warhammer II Battle Replay. So, as you can see, I am playing as the Wood Elves, and, well, don't know why I threw myself over there. Anyway, it might look like I'm in a bit of trouble. You know, my tree's already on fire, but this is intentional. This is what they do. They're cool with it. These are the Regiment of Renown Treekin. They are the Firebark Elders, and they are really cool. They really make up for Wood Elves' weakness. So if we have a look down here, you can see they actually have this Wildfire aura, which is plus 25% flame resistance to nearby units, which is incredible. And themselves, 70% fire resistance. So, you know, you think, oh, better bring a lot of fire. Gonna be a lot of trees in this army. Yeah, they're not. It's not going to matter anymore, which is kind of crazy. These guys are pretty cool. They got fire attacks themselves. They're just a lot of fun. I really like these guys. Unfortunately, the Warp Lightning Cannon doesn't do fire damage, so that is going to hurt like hell, and it's going to negate their physical resistance, so that's sad. So anyway, also here, the Winterheart Guards. These guys are the Regiment of Renown Eternal Guard. They look awesome. Love them in the blue. They look really cool, and they're actually unbreakable, which is awesome. They also have expert charge defense, so it doesn't matter what charges into them. Nothing's going to get the charge bonus, so long as these guys are braced, which I think is really cool. And also you can see, you know, they've got that fire resistance thanks to these guys, which is awesome. Oh, also talking about these guys, you'll see later in the battle as they run, they leave these cool streams of fire behind them. They look really incredible. Also over here you can see I have the Wardens of Jakir. These guys are the Wildwood Rangers, and they're actually a bit of a kit bash, which I think is pretty cool. So the heads are Wildwood Rangers, and the bodies and weapons are Eternal Guard. You can actually make this out of a single box for you know, the Wood Elves. If you buy Eternal Guard, you can actually make either model in you know, with the plastic you get, basically. So it's kind of cool to see that they kind of did a kit bash. So you can actually make these models if you like, which I think is pretty fun. But they're really great. These guys are fantastic. So they got anti-large, and that's just generic anti-large because of the spears. They also have the Guardians of the Wildwood, like the normal Wildwood Rangers do. So they can get crazy bonus against large when they're in the forests. But they've also got this armor sundering, which is really cool. Still not a lot of armor, you know, as you'd expect, but they've also got shielded, which is great. So that's all fantastic, but also, if we look down here, they can stalk. So despite having very little armor and missile resist, missiles aren't going to be a bigger problem anymore. Because usually you see Wildwood Rangers, you just try and kill them at range, because they have very little armor. But these guys, you're not going to see them coming, which is really cool. So absolutely love these guys. I think they're really interesting. Over here we also have the Wardens of Jakir, sorry, the Hawkeyes of Jakir, that's the one. So these guys are incredible. These are the Waywatcher Regiment Renown. They cost like 1,500 funds, which is pretty awful. But they have this discouraged aura, well not aura, effect on their missiles. So they shoot something, it discourages them. So against something like Skaven that have terrible leadership to begin with, you can basically use this just to win any engagement. You see, you know, a couple of units fighting, get a volley of this in and it'll probably break that unit. It's really cool. These guys are really interesting. And obviously they got all the same sort of fun things that you tend to see with the Waywatchers, but they have this added little bonus of a smoke bomb. So if they do get caught out, they can smoke bomb and run away, which is awesome. And of course they have the 360 firing arc, so as they're running away from something, they can be shooting at it, doing massive damage, because these guys hit like trucks. And also, yeah, they're going to be slowed down, they're just going to get hit, and they're going to get discouraged, so they're probably going to break the unit that was trying to kill them in the first place. So that is really something. I love these guys. But very expensive. Last unit here. Last Regiment Renown I brought. The only unit I didn't bring was the Loix Tricksters. But these guys, Wild Hunters of Kernos, they have Guardian, which is really cool. Where's that? Is that it? Guardian. There we go. So, stop flashing. 18% physical resistance for nearby lords and heroes. They themselves have 20% physical resistance. They cause fear and, you know, immune to psychology. They've got a frenzy mechanic, and they're just generally really great. I love these guys. So they're going to be a lot of fun. So, it must be said, I'm actually against Kajira in this one. So another YouTuber, be sure to check him out. He was in the Ever-Chosen tournament, like I was, and all-round good dude. So, he's playing Skaven, because we wanted to see how, you know, the new stuff would match up against, you know, something everybody knows. So here you can see he's got some Skaven slaves, he's got a load of gutter runners with poison, more Skaven slaves, and here he's got a mixture of plague monks and death runners. I'm assuming he thought I'd have more trees, so I went with the death runners, that armor sundering. And he's also got some stalk vermin on the edges, you know, to sort of ward off my cavalry. He's got a warp lightning cannon, he's got Skrulk, and he's got an assassin. And the assassin is actually really dangerous. Speed of 54. I didn't realize how quick he was. He's actually as quick as Orion, who I also brought, by the way, and some Dryads and a Branch Wraith. But it's mostly Regiments of Renown. So also he's got some Spearmen here, some Clan Rat Spears, and some Skaven Slave Spears trying to protect his back line. So pretty cool. So we're going to speed things up and see how it goes. So charging in with everything, I had my you know, my cavalry chasing off his gutter runners with poison, because they're not the you know, they're the Slingers variant. So as they're running away, they can't shoot back. So that's good. So I'm going to try and get to these guys. But these guys are a great shout, because being able to use the poison to slow down my units, and they don't really need a lot of armor piercing against, you know, most Wood Elf units. So it's a pretty great thing to bring. I mean, even Orion, actually, the Withering Fire you can get, he's only got 30 armor. So the amount of damage you can get in, you know, with cheap skirmishers is pretty huge. So Warp Lightning, Cannon, Blast flying everywhere. I've been focusing them down with the Wardens of Jakir. It is the Wardens, right? Wardens of Jakir? Hawkeyes of Jakir. I keep getting it wrong. Anyway, Hawkeyes of Jakir. Okay, Hawkeye, the worst Avenger. So, he's getting taken out, so that's good news. All my other stuff is breaking through pretty quickly, but you kind of expect that. You know, it's Skaven. They tend to buckle and rally. They're the weirdest faction to fight and play as. They will constantly run away, come back, and they might look like they're about to lose, and then they'll win, because they'll summon more units, like this, and it's really hard to tell how things are going to go with Skaven. They are the most random faction to fight against. So here you can see the Wardens of Scythrol. See, these are actually the Wardens, not the Hawkeyes. Anyway, the Wardens of Scythrol. They're doing great against the Storm Vermin. You know, their anti-large isn't going to help them here, but with the AP, and they're just great combat stats. I mean, 41 and 56 is pretty huge, and it's put them down to 60 armor. So I can capitalize with other units quite well against these guys while they're being attacked. But unfortunately, they're kind of on their own. But they're winning. They're doing a great job here. Very fine job. So in the middle, Plague Monks, mostly summoned, so that's not too bad. There are some Storm Vermin in here as well, though. I've got my Wild Hunters of Kernos running around the outside, trying to smash this stuff in the back, because it's mostly just clan rats and things. So I was hoping I could mop them up quickly, but there's just so many of them. It's going to take some time. So unfortunately, my Firebark Elders are running away, which is a real pity. But there's not like any protection against fire damage too much. It was just nice to have a holding force. So the Winterheart Guards, they're unbreakable, so they're going to sit here and keep fighting, which is awesome. The Dryads, you know, just a usual thing there. They're quite good against Skaven, because their magic attacks will negate any physical resist, and things like Plague Monks and Death Runners do have physical resist. So they're quite good as a frontline force, fairly cost-effective against Skaven. So unfortunately the Assassin has got hold of Orion, and I'm not going to be able to run away. Orion's going to keep getting poisoned by all these guys, and they're the same speed anyway, so this is really rough. This is actually going to be really difficult. So I'm trying to break this stuff by whittling them down with Melkoths. Might have been able to use Melkoths on the Assassin, actually, and shoot it in with the Hawkeyes. That might have been a good way to get rid of him. Right now I'm sort of ignoring him, which is probably not a good idea. So, oh, I had Sisters of Thorn too. They've just been harassing stuff, putting down their buffs and debuffs. So that's all good. Here, I think we're going to see the Hounds, or is it Piercing Bolt? There we go. So, Hounds of Orion. So, a lot of fun. I really do like Orion against Skaven. He's got some great AoE abilities that just get through all this low armoured stuff pretty well. You can get some good damage in when stuff blobs up. So it's a lot of fun. There, though, I think I just panic used it on those guys just to scare him off a bit. So here, Big Scorch is going to come in, do a lot of damage to my Winterheart Guards, which is a real pity. But here, this was fun. So I actually lured the Assassin towards my Hawkeye's Jakir and got him with a smoke bomb. So he's slowed down now, so I'm able to catch him. Although I don't know what these Dryads are doing. Are you actually going to attack him? There we go. So I'm trying to get him stuck in here, and Orion had to run out the other way. I should probably be using his javelins. Just have him, stood around here somewhere using the javelins, but well. So here I was getting some really good damage into Skrulk with my Hawkeyes, but then he summoned more rats on top of me, because they're always doing that. And those Dryads are running. He's got more Death Runners running, and this is iffy. Definitely iffy. In the back line, though, my Wild Hunter Kernos had done a load of charges into all of that stuff and slowly manoeuvred back this way and finished off the Storm Vermin, because I really need these Wardens of Scythrol to get back in the action. These guys are too useful. So now, I'm charging through everything with Wild Hunters, trying to deal with these Gutter Runner Slingers. They're an absolute nightmare. Firebark Elders running in here with their magic attacks, going to help against the Death Runners, and, it's going to be pretty good. Sister Thorn, I've just had to throw at Skrulk and the Assassin just to stop them from chasing Orion. I mean, look at this, I'm having to run away again, which is a real nightmare. So here we've got the Branch Wraith. He's going to keep hitting people with spells, going to keep whittling these guys down. Winterheart Guards, they're going to hold until the last. Unbreakable units will do that. My Wardens of Scythrol, they're going to do a ton of damage just because they're so good. So that's pretty great. Over here you can see the Wild Hunter Kernos slowly getting through these slingers, but there's just so many of them and they're all focusing fire on them. And these guys, they do have the missile resist, but they don't have the armor. So a lot of this damage is going to get through and it's going to whittle them down, quite a lot. So really need some help over here, and I'm actually going to send Orion to try and help. So that's the plan. Here I'm going to use that, what's it called? Oh no, it's another Hounds of Orion. I can't remember what the other one's called now. Hawk's Talon, that's it. Hawk's Talon is the bombard ability he's also got, which I haven't actually seen. I haven't noticed during this battle. I have been using it though. Anyway, So here you can see the Wild Hunters are just taking so much damage. They're going to break in a second. I had to pull them out. They were taking too much damage. And now they're being shot in the back. That's enough to break them, which is real sad. So here, Hawkeye's Jakir, still going, still going. They haven't lost too many models, so that's good. But they are running low on ammo. Very low indeed. Here we go, here's the Hawk's Talon. So I'm using the Hawk's Talon on the Storm Vermin. If we look, nice juicy spot to use it on. So that'll do some pretty good damage. So there you go. Pretty huge, actually. Pretty huge. So Hawk's Talon, not bad against, you know, things that are like iffy armor. I guess it's down to 50 now, right? Because they were in contact with the Wardens of Jakir. So here, unfortunately, Trophy Heads has been used on Orion. He's being poisoned, so there's no hope of getting away from him. There's nothing I can do. So here, I'm going to be shooting at Skrulk. So come on, Hawkeyes, kill Skrulk, please. Really need Skrulk dead, because I'm about to lose my Lord too. So there you go, Skrulk summoning more units to get into this mix, which is very irritating. But look at this, check it out, he is getting melted. So that's pretty good. Good old Hawkeyes. So, more damage. Orion, I think, is about to die. And one more attack, I think, will get him. There he goes, there's Orion. But I have broken Skrulk, but now I've run out of ammo. One more volley and I probably could have killed him. He's got, yeah, 500 health. That is sod all health. So yeah, I could have probably killed him, but I couldn't, and now I can't keep him running. Discouraged was what put his leadership so far down that made him run away, but unfortunately that's worn off now, so he's going to get his leadership back and rally really quickly, so that's really sad. So I've had to send my Hawkeye's Jakir into melee, trying to stop this assassin, because I need my Branch Wraith to stay alive, and the assassin is going to go straight for the Branch Wraith, because I need to break this stuff, so I can just basically, you know, go from one unit to the next, breaking all this stuff. Because if I can do that, that's going to be great. The assassin, he's probably going to break if he's the only guy left. So I just need to get rid of all this riffraff. Unfortunately, there's still a lot of riffraff, and they're all coming back. And he's still got the gutter runners that I can't really contest anymore, because I can't catch them with anything. You can see my Wild Hunter Colonels, they're running away again. I got very weak Dryads and things over here. And nothing in here has a lot of armor, apart from the Firebark Elders. So, just the amount of ammo these Gutter Runners have left, and there's still 51 of them, that's going to be a lot of fire on these guys. So, that is not good. That is not good at all. But Storm Vermin are really damaged, that's something nice. The Assassin is still going, so I need to get this Branch Wraith out and deal with this guy. Hawkeye's Jakir, they're really struggling. They're not really supposed to be in melee like this. You know, they got alright stats, but no armor, really. 15 armor is pretty pathetic. And, yeah, I mean, 34 and 44, pretty good, but they're just so flimsy. You don't really want them in combat against cheap nonsense. Or anything, really. It's just nice that they can fight things off a little bit. But they're all about shooting things. So now they're out of ammo, they're not so useful. So here, managed to shatter the Storm Vermin. That's good news. And here, one final heroic charge. If I can get Skrulk, his army might shatter. It might tip the balance of power too much in my favour. And all this stuff will break, which will be excellent. So here, trying to get Skrulk, just one hit is all I need. He's got 460 health left, and unfortunately the assassin's able to kill everything. Everything's dead. Valiant defeat. Oh. One of these days I'll show a win on my channel. Anyway, so, showed off a load of the new units, and look at that, 297 kills with the Wild Hunters of Jakir. I know they were getting, you know, withered by all that Gutter Runner fire, but it didn't mean they didn't put work in. I mean, look at that, 297 kills. Absolutely huge. Wardens of Jakir. They were stuck in the middle of it for ages. 208 kills. Remember, they started their engagement against Storm Vermin, which are no pushovers. Winterheart Guards, not a huge amount of kills, but they were still alive right towards the end of the battle. Orion, ton of kills. Branch Wraith, ton of kills. Dryads, yep, did pretty well, thanks to the makeup of sort of Plague Monks and, you know, similar cheap units. And actually, a lot of Skaven Slaves were being caught by these guys, and these guys would rip them apart straight away. But, yeah, Firebark Elders, you know, few kills, and Treekin don't tend to get a lot of kills, so that magic damage definitely helped against Skaven. But just that fire resistance is so useful. Unfortunately, you know, it wasn't really useful in this matchup, because there was no fire to worry about, but, you know, it's nice to show it off, right? So, there you go, there's 5 out of the 6 Regiments of Renown. The ones I missed out were the Loex Tricksters. I forget what their main thing is, I think they have a different dance. As well as other stuff. They're the Azrai Spears, War Dancers, Regiment of Renown. They're the only ones I couldn't really fit into this army, because they cost about the same as, you know, 2 units of Dryads. So I would have had a unit of Dryads and Regiment of Renown as my front line. It would have been a bit silly, but, ah well. This was still a bit silly, truth be told. I really should have gone wider, but too much fun things, you know, too many fun things to show off. So guys, obviously go check out Gajira's channel. Like I said, all-round good dude, and, yeah. This has been a lot of fun. So guys, if you enjoyed this, please do comment, like, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Have a good day, guys.